From the beginning of human evolution, humans started traveling all the places on Earth and want to civilize. Now, humans are civilized in all the places on Earth. But, our passion to explore is not fulfilled. That craze to explore makes us think about the planets beyond Earth. This makes humans fascinating about our nearest planet. None other than Mars. Mars is indeed a fascinating planet that has captured the imagination of humans for centuries. It is often seen as the most viable candidate for human exploration and colonization within our solar system. Its proximity, relative to other celestial bodies, and similarities to Earth make it an enticing destination for future manned missions. Space agencies around the world have expressed interest and initiated plans for sending humans to Mars. Elon Musk, SpaceX has indeed been actively involved in developing plans for Mars missions. Musk has been vocal about his vision of establishing a self-sustaining human settlement on Mars. While NASA has been at the forefront of Mars exploration efforts. NASA has been actively involved in planning and preparing for human missions to Mars. It's important to note that the duration of the journey from Earth to Mars in shortest route, depending on the alignment of the planets, so the travel time typically ranges from around 6 to 9 months. So the astronauts probably have one-time travel to Mars, and they have to live in there. Mars poses several significant dangers to human exploration and habitation. These include the thin atmosphere that lacks sufficient oxygen and protection from harmful solar radiation. The extreme cold, with average temperatures around -80 degrees Fahrenheit. The lack of a stable, breathable atmosphere would require astronauts to rely on life support systems for air, water, and food. The planet's low gravity, about 38% of Earth's, could result in muscle and bone degeneration in long-term residence. The cumulative effects of these hazards make Mars a harsh and challenging environment for human survival. So sending humans requires significant technological advancements, rigorous planning, and substantial resources. Even the communication would take time. On average, the one-way travel time for a signal from Earth to Mars is approximately 20 minutes. In these challenges, humans must have ability to survive. The ability of humans, and their problems in physical and mental health on Mars, must be tested before humans went to Mars. For that reason, NASA started the mission CHAPEA. Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Hidden Rees. CHAPEA, Crew Health and Performance Exploration Analog Mission, is the realistic simulations of living on the surface of Mars, and is designed to help us learn more about the potential impacts of long-duration missions to Mars on crew health and performance. It's seen as important stepping stones to sending astronauts to Mars. The group will tackle issues like resource limitations, equipment failure, and communication delays. The project will involve a team of 4 astronauts, living in a 3D printed habitat that simulates conditions on Mars. The 3D printed structure will simulate a realistic Mars habitat to support long-duration, exploration-class space missions. Life in Mars Dune Alpha will resemble the expected experience for those living in a future Mars surface habitat. The layout of the 3D printed habitat was designed to provide separate areas within the habitat for living and working. A 3D printed habitat is constructed at the Johnson Space Center in Houston, with the size of about 1,700 square feet. For 378 days, a NASA team will live in a 1,700 square feet habitat without the ability to leave. After opening applications in August 2021, NASA selected inaugural CHAPEA crew includes biomedical researcher Kelly Haston, structural engineer Ross Brockwell, emergency medicine physician Nathan Jones, and U.S. Navy microbiologist Anka Solariu. They are all not actual astronaut, so before they entered into the mission, the NASA gives complete training to the crew members. The crew has worked so hard this month to get ready for this mission. The 4 volunteers selected for NASA's Mars Dune Alpha simulation program have officially entered the habitat on June 25, 2023. And closed the door behind them, marking the beginning of their lengthy experiment. They are expected to remain inside the simulation for 378 days while facing a range of challenges designed to anticipate a real-life human mission to Mars. You all have one question: why they use 3D printing, instead of actual construction? Future space exploration settlements have the potential to be 3D printed, with additive construction technology to eliminate the need to launch large quantities of building materials on multiple flights, which is cost prohibitive. The habitat includes private crew quarters, a kitchen, dedicated areas for medical, recreational, fitness and work activities, as well as 2 bathrooms and a technical work area. The team will face environmental stressors such as resource limitations, isolation, equipment failure and significant workloads. In Mars, the astronauts cannot take food for 2 years, so they have to produce their food by their own, like Martian movie, the special place given to the crew members in CHAPEA, for the cultivation of their own foods. Obviously they get support from outside, but very limited. And also energy sources, the only energy sources in Mars is solar energy. This place also get energy only from solar power sources. The temperature maintenance also followed like the Mars. The only time they will leave the habitat will be to spend time on the Martian surface. Because, there's also a 1,200 square foot, external, environment complete with Mars murals and red sand. There, the crew will conduct simulated spacewalks, sample collection, sample analysis, and, in Mars, their only way to transport is by walk only. The way of energy saving, during walking are also conducted. But this need more spaces, so they used virtual reality for external portion. The simulated traverses will be conducted in pairs in the sandbox portion of the habitat, which is filled with red sand to simulate the Martian landscape. The sandbox contains equipment, such as a treadmill for the virtual reality walks to allow crew to simulate longer traverses beyond the physical confines of the 1,200 square feet. Through the magic of virtual reality, the mission will also involve extravehicular activities, in which crew members will briefly leave their habitat to enter an adjacent enclosure complete with red sand. They will have to don spacesuits for these simulated spacewalks. Of course, CHAPEA can't simulate everything. Mainly, the crew will not have to deal with Martian gravity, since there's no way to duplicate the red planet's gravity, 38% of Earth's. The crew won't experience that aspect of Martian life. They'll also remain on Earth time, counting days rather than sols. Martian days are roughly 40 minutes longer than ours. And they'll be spared the months-long journey and what would presumably be even more cramped quarters. Ultimately, the idea of CHAPEA is to learn what human behavioral challenges might arise in an extended mission. By practicing here on Earth, NASA can be more prepared for future Mars-bound astronauts to do it for real. The project also has broader implications for human space exploration, as it will advance our understanding of the effects of prolonged isolation and confinement on human performance and behavior. With this project, NASA is continuing its legacy of pushing the boundaries of human exploration and paving the way for a new era of space exploration. The unveiling of NASA's new Mars simulation habitat represents a significant step forward in the agency's mission to send humans to Mars. The CHAPEA project will provide valuable data on how humans will cope with the physical and mental challenges of living on the red planet, and the results will be used to inform future mission. This CHAPEA mission is not the single mission, it is the first of 3 missions. The second will be in 2025 and the third in 2026. The crew members of first CHAPEA will emerge from their isolation in July 2024. On that day, we will surely discuss again about this mission. Thanks for watching. Comment your opinion about this mission. Please do subscribe to our channel. Hidden Rees.